Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so today's explainer takes a massive turn. For so long, we've been completely invested in just watching Sung Jinwoo level up, clear these crazy dungeons, and defeat stronger and stronger monsters. But today we're discovering that this wasn't just some personal game of survival. No, it's an all-out cosmic war.
Okay, let's dive right into this. For months, Sung Jinwoo actually believed the system existed solely to help him, right? Every quest he completed, every reward he earned, every single level he gained, it all seemed like this incredible, miraculous blessing. But sitting at the very center of all of this was the ultimate unanswerable question. Who actually created it? Was it God? Maybe some ancient, super advanced civilization? Or was someone, somewhere, secretly controlling Jinwoo's every single move from the shadows?
Section 1. The Man Behind the System, and a Return to the Double Dungeon.
So, when Jinwoo returns to the Double Dungeon, the very place where this whole crazy thing began, he confronts a terrifying being known as the Architect, and this brilliantly illustrates the horrific truth Jinwoo was facing. You see, the Architect wasn't just another powerful enemy to fight, he was the literal creator of the system. Up until now, there was this grand illusion. We all bought into the belief that the system was designed to make Sung Jinwoo stronger for the sake of humanity. But the dark, actual reality? The system was an incubator. It was nothing more than a perfectly designed experiment meant to completely reshape his body.
Let's break down this grim process, because it completely flips how we view Jinwoo's entire journey. Step 1 was simply finding a candidate who could actually survive. Step 2 was reshaping that candidate's body. Think about it. Every daily quest, every stat increase, every single level up notification, and especially every brutal punishment, they all came directly from the Architect with one singular goal: preparing the perfect vessel. Every battle strengthened his muscles, and every skill sharpened his combat instincts. He wasn't training a hunter, he was setting the stage for Step 3, which was letting the true master take over.
Let's move to Section 2 and see how this builds. Enter the Shadow Monarch, the name everyone feared.
The ultimate beneficiary of this deeply twisted experiment is a being named Ashborn. The Architect finally drops this name, and man, it carries unimaginable weight. Now, I need to make this absolutely clear. Ashborn is not a hunter. He is not a human. He isn't even just another monarch. Ashborn is the original Shadow Monarch. We're talking about one of the absolute oldest, most powerful beings in all of existence. And for countless years, he had been endlessly, tirelessly searching for someone capable of inheriting his power.
And here's the thing. Many others had been tested before Jinwoo, and literally every single one of them failed. Why? Well, because they simply couldn't handle the unfathomable strength of the Shadow Monarch. The sheer weight of that power was just way too much for a mortal frame to handle. Their bodies literally broke under the pressure. They died in the process. Or they were just outright rejected by the power itself. The Architect's experiment was basically a massive graveyard of failed vessels. But Sung Jinwoo? He was different. He survived every impossible trial, every terrifying near-death experience, and every brutal battle. And honestly, the most fascinating part of this whole thing? Jinwoo proved worthy not because he was born inherently special, or because he had some kind of hidden magical bloodline. Nope, he proved worthy through sheer, relatable human grit. He succeeded simply because he absolutely, categorically refused to surrender.
Which brings us to Section 3, the Architect's fatal mistake and a miscalculation of will. Now, what's really interesting here is that the Architect actually believed his grand mission was finally complete, but his sheer arrogance completely blinded him. He made a colossal miscalculation regarding what Ashborn actually wanted. See, the Architect spent years believing he understood his master perfectly. The expectation was totally ruthless. Ashborn would just take over Jinwoo's meticulously prepared body. The vessel would replace the man. Sung Jinwoo's life would just end, used as a mere human puppet, and then thrown away once the transfer was complete. That was the master plan.
But Ashborn had plans of his own. Ashborn had been quietly watching Jinwoo's entire journey unfold. He saw a young hunter who constantly risked his own life for total strangers. He saw a son who fought tooth and nail to save his mother, and a brother who carried the crushing weight of his entire family all by himself. He saw a man who never yielded, even when defeat was 100% certain. And because of that, instead of stealing his body, Ashborn made a choice that completely shocked the Architect and changed the fate of every world. He offered Jinwoo his power. Not as a puppet, not as a sacrifice, but as a true successor. He entrusted the human, Sung Jinwoo, with the full mantle of the Shadow Monarch.
Moving into Section 4,
the ancient cosmic war, which is far bigger than humanity.
When we zoom out to the absolute macro level, we finally see the true, devastating scale of this threat. Suddenly, the stakes multiply a millionfold. The system and the double dungeon? They were just microscopic pieces of a much, much more terrifying puzzle. We're talking about a timeline where, long before humans even existed, eons ago, two unimaginable forces were locked in a war. Throughout ages past, this endless conflict waged on. And we aren't just talking about cities falling here. We are talking about entire worlds being utterly destroyed and whole civilizations just wiped from existence. And now in the present, that endless, universe-shattering war is coming straight to Earth.
There are two cosmic factions fighting this unending battle, the rulers and the monarchs. This massive revelation pushes the stakes far, far beyond just fighting magic beasts or closing portals on Earth. The system itself was actually never the true enemy. This ancient, cosmic conflict is the real threat.
So, the absolutely crucial point to take away from this is that Sung Jinwoo wasn't leveling up just to protect his country or to become an S-rank hunter. Every single drop of blood, every near-death experience, every level he gained, it was all preparing him to stand dead center in the greatest battle in the history of the universe. He is now the literal barrier between humanity and total cosmic annihilation.
Which leaves us staring at a massive, terrifying unknown. We now know what the system actually is, and we know exactly who Jinwoo has become. But man, that raises even bigger questions. Who exactly are these rulers and monarchs? Why, out of all the planets in the vast universe, was Earth chosen as their final battlefield? And perhaps most intriguingly, why did Ashborn betray both sides? The answers to these questions hold the true history of this entire universe. I want you to chew on that for a bit because I cannot wait to unpack those exact secrets with you in our next explainer. Thanks so much for learning with me today.